All right, welcome back. For day 4, the grand finale of our deep dive into mastering body language.
It's been a whirlwind few days.
It really has. We've tackled a lot: eye contact, handshakes, even those power poses. Really given everyone a toolkit for projecting confidence, right? Making that killer first impression.
We've laid down a really strong foundation.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
think of today like our quality control check. We're going to zero in on those sneaky little body language blunders, the ones that can really sabotage even the most carefully, crafted image.
Yeah, it's all about refining those nonverbal cues, really making sure the message you think you're sending is actually the one being received.
Okay, so let's jump right into it. Imagine this. You're in a high-stakes situation, right? Could be a job interview, could be giving a big presentation. You're trying to project confidence, but your hands are clasped in front of you, almost like you're shielding yourself.
Oh, that's such a common one. We call it the fig leaf pose, and it really does undermine your presence. You see, open postures, especially when your hands are visible, they actually trigger these hormonal changes, ones that are associated with power and confidence.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about looking confident, it's actually about feeling it too.
Precisely. Holding that closed off posture can actually make you feel more anxious, less sure of yourself. By simply opening up your stance, even just a little bit, you can shift your internal state, project a more, well, commanding presence.
That's fascinating. Okay, so we've unfurled the fig leaves. What about head movements? Subtle things, can they betray our true feelings too?
Absolutely. Take nodding, for example. We all do it naturally, shows agreement, but
Yeah.
overdoing it, that can actually send the wrong message.
Really? I always thought more nodding equals, more agreement, which equals more likability.
It's counterintuitive, I know, but studies have shown that excessive nodding can actually make you appear less credible, even less trustworthy.
Hmm, that's interesting.
People tend to trust those who nod selectively, thoughtfully. It signals you're really listening, processing the information, not just trying to please.
So nodding with intention. Got it. Now, what happens when our body language totally contradicts our words? Like when someone's saying, I'm fine, but they're grimacing, arms crossed.
Classic mixed signals,
Yeah.
and it creates this dissonance. It can really make people uneasy.
Why is that?
Our brains are wired to seek consistency. So when your verbal and nonverbal cues clash, it just raises red flags. It's like,
That's like listening to a song where the instruments are all out of tune. Just doesn't sound right.
exactly. Think of your communication as a symphony, all right? Your words, your tone of voice, your facial expressions, even your gestures, they all need to be working in harmony to create a truly compelling, credible message.
So we need to be mindful of not just what we say, but how we say it.
Precisely. And remember, even seemingly small gestures can have a huge impact. Crossed arms, for example. That can signal defensiveness, resistance, even if you're just feeling comfortable that way.
Right, right. It's tricky because we're not always aware of it. So how do we become more aware of these subtle cues? It's hard to see yourself objectively.
One technique, it's simple but powerful. Record yourself. Just a practice conversation. Might feel awkward at first, but it's like having a mirror for your nonverbal communication.
That's a great idea. See those unconscious habits and then start to make adjustments.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Well, wow, this has been eye-opening. You've given us so much to think about. And that brings us to the end of our 4-day deep dive into mastering body language.
It's been fantastic, really, exploring this world with you.
And with our amazing listeners. Remember, this is just the beginning of your journey with body language. The more you practice, the more you observe, the more fluent you'll become in this incredibly powerful form of communication. And hey, if you want to revisit any of the tips and tricks we've covered, head over to our special playlist dedicated to body language, packed with insights you won't want to miss. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the things that matter. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.